Eastern PA Weather Authority Meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for September 10th and 11th, 2016, your weekend outlook. And it starts off with Saturday morning, very early in the morning. You might have a leftover shower very far northeastern portions of our coverage area. That'll be probably pre-dawn, but you might linger to around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then that's out of here. After that point, we get hazy, hot, and humid again because we have this high pressure that's still sitting off the eastern seaboard. Southeast ridge is very strong right now. Here's your high pressure, and the heat and humidity that's been around the last couple days will be at its peak today, with temperatures reaching the middle 90s in some locations, lower to middle 90s across the coverage area. Winds coming predominantly out of the southwest today ahead of this cold front, which is situated well back here. Area low pressure is up in the Great Lakes with this, so it is far behind, so I don't expect any precipitation from it during the daylight hours on Saturday, and really not much overnight either, and I'll show you that in a second too. This is looking like it's going to hit us with some showers and storms, but when it runs into this ridge, like all these other cold fronts have been doing, it just falls apart, and there's really not much precipitation with it by the time it gets here. Also, timing's playing a role since it is coming in overnight. Here's a look at the overnight hours. Very early Sunday morning, maybe the far northern areas get into a shower here. Let's go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. We're going to go from 8 p.m. Saturday. There was absolutely nothing up to this point on the NAM up until 8 p.m. Saturday, so it is a dry day on the NAM as well. Going forward from this point, here's 11 p.m., and then we get into the overnight, 2 a.m., just a very, very isolated stray shower here possible, and that's it. Nothing really of any significance. 5 a.m., it's up here in the northeastern portions of northeastern Pennsylvania, and then by the time we get to Sunday morning here, everything's out of here. So the front moves through. We will actually have the temperatures come down quite a bit. They're going to drop probably close to 15 degrees from what they were. Well, we'll say 15, somewhere between about 12 or 13 degrees from what they were on Saturday. So Saturday will be a very hot day. Sunday is not. We get back to near to slightly above normal temperatures on Sunday, and then back to near normal on Monday. Here's a look at the global models again going forward from this point. Here's a look at Sunday morning and afternoon. High pressure is going to build right over top of the area for Monday, and that means we're going to be bright and sunny on Monday, but also the core of the cool shot, if you want to call it that, because it's really not a cold shot. It's just going to lower temperatures from well above normal, which we're running about 10 to 15 degrees above normal on Saturday, back to about near normal to maybe a degree or two above for highs. So that's about it. That's all you get out of it from this cool shot. So it's really not a cool shot, but it's just knocking the temperatures back from where they were. And then by Tuesday, this high pressure is going to move off the eastern seaboard. You can see that right here because it's out here in this position now off the coast. The return flow around this high pressure is now going to come in, bring winds in from the southwest, and that is going to bring temperatures up a little bit again. Nothing crazy yet, though. I think Tuesday you're going to get up into probably middle to upper 80s across the region. Same thing here for Wednesday. If you look up in the northwest side of this of the image here, this is the next cold front that's going to come through. This is accompanied by a stronger trough, but surprisingly, the models are really not picking up on any precipitation with it. I'm saying that sarcastically because none of these cold fronts really are. Best forces up in New England. The frontal boundary is actually situated right here, and this is looking at later Wednesday. Area low pressure up here. All the forces up in New England, so that's where you get your precipitation, maybe something very stray or isolated out ahead of it. And both the GFS and the European model agree with this idea. There's really not going to be anything to speak of here on Wednesday when this front comes through. But once it does, high pressure moves in. You can see that it's sitting anchored over the Great Lakes, and that means Thursday we're going to have a really cool shot, cooler than we've had thus far. This is going to be keeping temperatures, even in Philadelphia, in the mid-70s for high, so it's going to be very nice. Maybe struggling to get to 70 up here in the far northern tier, so it'll be a very cool shot, coolest shot we've had so far. And this is not still the crisp autumn air, but it's a big improvement if you're looking for the cooler weather and getting rid of the heat and humidity. We're talking about temperatures that are going to be some 20 degrees cooler on Thursday than it will be for highs today on Saturday. So the weekend, of course, is a tale of 2 days here where we got very hot and humid conditions here on Saturday. Sunday, we're expecting temperatures to go back down, but still slightly above normal, but a big difference in humidity also lowering behind that frontal boundary. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority Meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for the weekend, September 10th and 11th, 2016. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.